Hi, everyone. I'm Jamie Scanlon, and I am in Vermont. I'm the author of this book, Ralph Flies the Coop, um, illustrated by my wonderful friend Ellen Tumavikis. This story is about a rooster who travels around the world learning to say cock-a-doodle-doo in different languages. He makes a lot of new friends and has a very interesting experience visiting lots of different places around the world. And I wrote this book a few years ago with Ellen, and both of us have enjoyed traveling around the world, making friends with people from different countries and learning different languages. So we wanted to write a story about that experience. And so I hope you'll enjoy taking a trip around the world with Ralph Rooster at this time when we can't travel too much and there might be people far away from us or even near us that we can't see right now. And I hope this story brings us all a little bit closer together and reminds us that sometime soon we'll be able to travel again. And we'll be able to visit lots of interesting places and make new friends wherever we go. So please enjoy this story, Ralph Flies the Coop. One thing I do want you to try to pay attention to as you listen to the story and look at the pictures is how does Ralph Rooster change from the beginning to the end of the story? How does he change? How does he change on the outside? And how does he change on the inside in his heart? So pay attention to those things. And I'll stop in a couple of places and ask some questions for you to think about in the story. So put on your seatbelts and let's take a trip around the world with Ralph Rooster. Here he is, sleeping, getting ready to wake up and wake up everybody else on the farm. Each day on the farm started out the same way, with Ralph Rooster perched on a bale of hay. He'd lift his beak high and puff out his chest. Then he'd let out a yell that would shake the hens' nests. But one day, Ralph learned that big trouble was brewing. The ducks had gone quackers, the cows were all mooing, and the pigs were disgruntled about the same thing, snorting, "That rooster acts like he's fit to be king. He wakes us all up at the first light of dawn with that terrible racket that goes on and on. Then he goes back to sleep, and he snoozes and snores while the rest of us spend the whole day doing chores." Poor Ralph heard it all, from mouth, beak, and snout. Now he knew that the others wanted him out. A teardrop welled up, and he started to cry. He wanted to run, because roosters can't fly. But he sat himself down, and he hatched up a plan. He would leave the next day for a faraway land. He was gone by sunrise on the back of a goose, feeling fancy and free, and a little footloose. Bound for adventure, they took to the wind, and although Ralph was chicken, he held on and grinned. In the Mexican city of Guadalajara, they met an old banty who played la guitarra. Ralph cocked, then he doodled, and he added a doo. "I'm Ralph the Rooster. Who might be you?" "My name is Jose, and it's Spanish I speak. Listen to me, let it roll off your beak. Kikiriki, kikiriki." Okay, guys, let me hear you say cock-a-doodle-doo in Spanish. Kikiriki. I can understand you. You can understand me. Great. In Rio, they strutted the Copacabana. Ralph danced the samba with a chicken named Lana. "You must learn my language. You can do it with ease. In Brazil, when we samba, we speak Portuguese. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Let's hear it, guys. In Portuguese, cuckoo. Good job. Make it dance off your tongue so I can hear you. Can you guys find Goose in this picture? Goose looks like she's having a very good time. In a Paris cafe on the Champs-Élysées, a French hen delivered Ralph's café au lait. Ralph cocked, then he doodled, and he hollered out, "Do! I'm Ralph the Rooster. How do you do?" In France, we speak French, my feathered ami. So pucker your lips and repeat after me. Cocorico! Cocorico! French is a magnifique language to know. Let me hear you guys say cock-a-doodle-doo in French. Cocorico! Cocorico! Good job. With each destination, as Ralph would pass through it, he was changing, both inside and out, and he knew it. A feeling of freedom like never before, and a sense of the friendship the world had in store. Remembering life way back on the farm, where seeing a stranger was cause for alarm, Ralph realized something important that day. Around the world, we're all different, and that is okay. So this might be a good time to pause the video and think about, how is Ralph changing? And what is he learning from his travels? Outside of Cairo, near the Great Pyramid, a camel said, "Hop on." So Ralph and Goose did. Ralph cocked, then he doodled, then he bellowed out, "Do! I'm Ralph the Rooster. Oh my, what a view." Now, I'm not a rooster, not even a chick, but I know what they sound like in Arabic. Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. Do not forget it, whatever you do. Let me hear you say it in Arabic. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Awesome. In Dar es Salaam, they bought Zanzibar spices from a merchant who guaranteed the best prices. He said, "You should visit Mount Kilimanjaro. There's a tour bus that leaves in the morning tomorrow." Cocorico! Cocorico! Tanzania's language is Swahili, you know. Did you know that? Let me hear you say in Swahili, Cocorico! Cocorico! Good job. In Beijing, they dined out on dumplings and lychee and rode through a park where the crowd did Tai Chi. Ralph cocked, then he doodled, and he finished with, "Do! I'm Ralph the Rooster. May I please join you?" The master replied with an all-knowing grin, "Why, yes, if you learn to speak Mandarin." Whoa-oh-oh! Whoa-oh-oh! You can crow in Chinese now wherever you go. Let's hear it. Whoa-oh-oh! Awesome. While Tokyo Neon went flash, blink, and buzz, Goose and Ralph learned how good fresh sushi was. "Dozo," said the chef, putting down his sharp blade. "If you speak Japanese here, then you'll have it made. Koke koko! Koke koko!" Let's hear it. Koke koko! This is the way Japanese roosters crow. Being a bird who was used to migration, Goose was prepared for a longer vacation. Pointing to the sky, she asked, "Where should we go? There's London, or Bangkok, or Acapulco, Jakarta, Nairobi, Vilnius, Rome." Ralph looked at Goose and said, "Please take me home. Our journey's been great. It'll be sad when it ends, but I do miss my hay bale and all my old friends. They were right about me. I was cocky and rude, but I want to go back with a new attitude. I'm different, Ralph said. They may never believe it, but I had to get off of that farm to achieve it. I've learned a few things from these new friends I've found, that there's much more to life than just lying around. Here's another good place to stop the video and think about, how is Ralph changing? So look at the picture and think, how has he changed on the outside? And how is he changing on the inside? They flew back to the farm, arriving by night. Ralph thanked his friend for the wonderful flight. Then he waited in darkness and silence till sunup, being careful this time not to wake anyone up. And when finally the farmer unhitched the barn doors, what do you think's going to happen? Ralph bellowed out, "Who needs help with their chores?" And from that morning on, Ralph greeted each day, crowing cock-a-doodle-doo in a new worldly way. So there's Ralph Rooster, and there's all the different languages that he learned to speak along his travels. And I hope you enjoyed taking a trip around the world with Ralph and thinking about how Ralph Rooster changed. And here are some other questions for you to think about with your parent or teacher about the story. What countries did Ralph visit? What languages did he learn? What are some different ways to say cock-a-doodle-doo in different languages? How did Ralph change on the outside and on the inside in his heart? And why do you think he changed in these ways? What countries are you interested in visiting? Do you know any other animal sounds in different languages? Please share them. And I really want to hear what you think of this story. And I really want to hear any other animal sounds that you know in different languages, because different animals make different sounds around the world. And you can find out lots of information on the internet. You can just look up different animal sounds in different languages, and you'll learn all the fun ways that you can learn how to say what a pig says, what a dog says, or all kinds of animals. So let's keep in touch. If you want to visit our website and learn more information about this story, please visit ralphfliesthecoop.com. And we also have a Facebook page, Ralph Flies the Coop on Facebook. So please share your experiences with listening to this story, reading this story together, answering the questions, and any other animal sounds that you might know. So thank you so much. And I just want to close by saying I hope that everybody gets to travel to different countries and learn different languages and make friends with people from other countries and other cultures, because it's a really wonderful way to grow yourself and to learn about the world and all the wonderful places and people in it. So thanks, everybody.